Hello everybody, today I'm going to be reviewing Sonic Movie 3. Now, let's get right into it. Hello everyone, welcome back to another Original Dude video. And today I'm going to be giving my personal review of Sonic Movie 3. The first half of the video, I'm not going to be spoiling it, and then the other half of the video will be spoiler. So, if you do not want to be spoiled for Sonic Movie 3, if you do not want to be spoiled, then click off on this part. Again, if you do not want to be spoiled, then click off of this part. Alright. You've heard me say it 2 times. Now, let's get right into it. So, overall, I freaking love this movie. Like, everything about it is great. I have zero criticism on it. I had a little bit of criticism with the first 2 films, but absolutely no criticism on this film at all. Now, are there any human scenes? Yes, but however, they do actually involve with the plot. In Sonic Movie 2, there was that wedding scene that not a lot of people liked, because they were like, oh, it doesn't add anything to the plot, it's just a human scene. Well, I'm glad to tell you that the human scenes in this film actually do involve with the plot. Like, they actually mean something to the plot. They're not just something random that's thrown in. Now, I did not hate the wedding scene from Sonic Movie 2. I thought it was fine. I mean, it didn't really affect the plot that much. I just thought it was fine. Yeah, so I'm happy to tell you that anytime there's a human scene in this movie, it actually revolves with the plot. It's not just something random thrown in. And, I think that they handle Shadow's backstory pretty well. I mean, it's a kid's movie. You think they're gonna show a kid get shot on screen? No, that's too dark for a PG movie. This is why people wanted Sonic Movie 3 to instead be PG-13, to have Maria get shot. And yeah, Maria's backstory is changed up, but I still think it's pretty dark too. But I do think that there could have been another PG way and have her backstory. Like, they can just, mention her being shot. They don't have to directly show her be shot on screen. I mean, they can just mention her be shot. They can just have a flashback as we hear the gunshot, it's off screen. I mean, we don't have to directly see her be shot. I think they could have handled that in a PG way. But, hey, I mean, they gotta do what they gotta do to keep it a PG movie. Also, I do think that, in, the beginning of the film, I feel like that they kind of just get, straight to the plot. Now, what I mean by that is, I don't know exactly how to put this, but, well, I just don't know how to put this, we only get to see, so for only for 3 minutes, we get to that's the only time we get to see Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles doing their own thing, just chilling and just focusing on what happens after the second movie. But it feels like that they only do that for a short amount of time, and then they just get straight to the plot with Captain Rockwell entering and just telling them that, oh, there's something going on in Tokyo, and we need Team Sonic's help. I feel like that we only get to see them just relaxing and doing their own thing for like 3 minutes, only for like 3 minutes, and then boom, bam, they just get straight to the plot. That's another criticism I have with the movie. I also do think it could have been a little bit longer. I mean, the only reason Sonic Movie 2 was the only reason that Sonic Movie 2 was 2 hours was because of that wedding scene. That's the only reason the movie was 2 hours. If you take away that human scene, if you take away the wedding plot, then the film would have been 1.5 hours. It would have been 1 hour and 30 minutes. So yeah, that's another thing I have to say about it. I think they could have still, mentioned Maria be shot, but not shown on screen. I do think that the movie could have been a little bit longer, and I do wish that we could have seen more time of Sonic and his friends just relaxing. Because they just get straight to the plot, which makes the film slightly, sorta rushed. Just a little bit rushed. Not really rushed. Slightly rushed. But I do think that the movie was fun overall. There is a post-credit scene. 2 of them. I'm not gonna spoil them because right now we're in the spoil-free zone. There are 2 post-credit scenes. One of them teases new characters. Characters. Plural. Characters. And another post-credit scene which might tease some sort of spin-off, but we'll get to those in the spoil zone later. But right now we're in the spoil-free zone. Yup. I was absolutely blown away when I saw that first post-credit scene. And if you've already seen the film, you're gonna already know what I'm talking about. It was crazy. It blew my mind. I was in shock. So overall, I think that the movie was amazing. It was incredible. Not only is it the greatest video game movie ever, beat that, Mario. I do think it's also the best movie from the trilogy ever. I love all 3 Sonic movies, but this one outbeats them being the best. And I love the soundtrack for this movie. I love the music. Alright, now that the spoil-free zone is over, we are now in the spoiler zone. Ha 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 ha. I have come to make an announcement. We are now officially in the spoiler zone. And if you do not want to be spoiled, then get off this video right now. In 3, 2, 1. Alright. I'm going to save the best for last. Now, first, let's talk about Maria's backstory. Unfortunately, she is not shot by a gun agent, sadly. But however, the scene where Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles were jumping out of a helicopter, he said it! He actually said it! Sonic actually said that line from Sonic Adventure 2. He actually said, talk about low-budget flights. No movies or snacks. I'm out of here. Immediately when he said that, I was like, holy crap, he said it. He actually said that line from Sonic Adventure 2. Holy crap, he actually said it. And then they jumped out of a helicopter. I was so happy when I heard Sonic say that. Okay, that's a little thing I want to get out of the way. Now let's get back to Maria's backstory. Instead, what happened was a gun agent shot some kind of thing that caused a huge explosion, and that's how Maria died. She died from an explosion. Yeah. but they still do put it in a more sad, dark way. I'll tell you that. They do put it in that way. And I think that John Wick, Keanu Reeves, did amazing as Shadow. I would have been really excited if it was Hayden. No. I would have been really excited if it was Robert Pattinson. But hey, Keanu Reeves is still perfect too. Keanu Reeves is at number 2. But I still would have been very excited if it was Robert Pattinson. Unfortunately, they don't say faker in this movie. Shadow does not call Sonic a faker, and Sonic does not call Shadow a faker. They don't call each other a faker in this movie, which is very, very upsetting. Now, most of you are going to be asking me, Original Dude, what's that thing you're going to save best for last? It's the post-credit scene. I'm not going to get into the post-credit scene right now because, well, you got to save the best for last. So, before I save the best for last, I thought I'd go ahead and talk about a few other things before I get into the best part of the video, which is the post-credit scene. Alright, so, a lot of people theorized in the trailer that Tom was gonna get hurt by Shadow, and, yes, he did. But however, in the trailer, when Tom is on the ground, when he shouts Sonic, we cut to Shadow about to give someone a big punch. However, that's different. In the movie, we see that shot of Shadow punching someone, but it's not Tom. And that shot of Shadow knocking someone to the ground was not Tom either. That was a part at the beginning of the movie. Tom does get hurt by Tom does get hurt by Shadow, but it's in a different part of the film. He was disguised as Commander Walter. Oh, actually, let's talk about the deaths. There are a good amount of deaths in this movie. Of course, just like Sonic Adventure 2, Shadow sacrifices himself, and we actually get to see Super Sonic and Super Shadow. Come on. It was pretty obvious that they were going to put that in the movie. You can't have a perfect movie based on Sonic Adventure 2 without having Super Sonic and Super Shadow. What kind of movie does that? Oh, and also, the way they just go into Super Sonic and Super Shadow is the coolest way ever. All they do is just dab each other, and bam, just like that, Super Sonic and Super Shadow. I thought that was cool. I'm going to play it as a GIF right now. Here you go. Okay, you saw it long enough. That's a pretty cool shot. I love that shot. I love it. I really do. And then we get to hear Live and Learn in the background. That's right, Live and Learn is in the movie. There's no other songs by Crush 40 in this movie, it's just Live and Learn. But however, at least we get to hear a cool remix of Live and Learn. It's a remix of Live and Learn, and I love it. I love it. Oh, and I come to make an announcement. Dr. Eggman pissed on the moon in this movie. Beat that, Obama. That's right. Dr. Eggman pisses on the moon. Alright, I'm just messing with you guys. Dr. Eggman does not actually piss on the moon. But they shot the moon. They shot the moon in the movie. And then he immediately turns to Tails and Knuckles and says, "Look what you made me do." Alright, let's get back to the deaths. Alright, so number 1, there's Maria. She died from an explosion, which I preferred her to be shot. Shadow sacrifices himself. Oh yeah, I forgot. Along with Shadow sacrificing himself, since this is Jim Carrey's last movie before retirement, Eggman sacrificed himself along with Shadow. So now we can this time confirm that Eggman is dead. He did not die from that explosion in Sonic Movie 2, which really would have been the same death as Maria, but along with Shadow, Eggman sacrificed himself. And yes, Gerald does die in this movie, but it's like in an unexpected way. It's like an unexpected way, like, I ain't expecting to die like that. So yeah, I don't know how to describe Gerald's death. It's really hard to tell. Like, it's really hard to describe his death, but yeah, it's just hard to describe his death. And just, yeah. But like, Gerald does die, but I just don't know how to put it. Alright, so that's like 4 deaths. We got Maria, Eggman, Shadow, Gerald. Yeah, that's 4 deaths. Oh no, wait, 5 deaths. During the scene of the Chow Garden, which they reference Pokemon, after when one of Eggman's drones attack, Chimera Walter dies from it. Chimera Walter gets badly injured and he dies. So yeah, that's 5 deaths. Holy crap. 5 deaths in a PG movie. Like, that's insane. Like, that actually is at least they did it for us. And I'm okay with those deaths, even though it's a lot. But yeah, that's a lot I have to say for Sonic Movie 3. Now, even though Tom does get badly injured by Shadow, he does not die. He ends up breaking his arm, but in the end, he's alright. Oh, and Agent Stone does not die. Agent Stone was on Earth. Actually, Eggman does make an announcement. It's not pissing on the moon. Beat that, Obama. Instead, I am sacrificing myself, along with Shadow the Hedgehog. Yeah, Eggman does actually make that as an announcement. And Agent Stone actually sees it, and he bursts into tears. He's like, "Doctor, don't do this." And I remember, as Eggman said, I love when Eggman references how Agent Stone makes a lot of steamed actually in goat milk, where he says, "I love the way you make them." Just like the first film, he's like, "I love the way I make them." Instead, he says it very heartwarmingly as he's sacrificing himself, "I love the way you make them." I think that's very sad and very heartwarming. And I'm sad to see Agent Stone lose his pal in crime. Yeah, I did not think Eggman was gonna sacrifice himself. I thought that he was just gonna go off his own terms and just do his own thing. I really did think that he was gonna find something new to do with his life, but instead, he sacrifices himself along with Shadow. Alright, I've mentioned that too many times in the video. I think we've all got that clear. Yep. Oh, and as for the action in this movie, the action is this movie is packed with a bunch of action scenes. A lot of Sonic it's not a lot of Sonic versus Shadow. There's only like 2 of those in this movie. However, when we see Super Sonic and Super Shadow, they actually fight each other. We actually get to see Super Sonic and Super Shadow fight each other in super forms. I thought that was really cool. Also, as they were fighting some robots, while they were in the sky, while they were in space, I love how as Sonic is defeating all these robots as Live and Learn plays. I think that was the best part of the film. I think that the third act is something really special. I think that it's something I think like it's the best part of the movie, the third act. I think it's incredible. This movie is so heartwarming. It's so action packed, and it is a fun ride. Also, Jim Carrey as Eggman is super hilarious in this. Like, he's so funny. Like, he's funny. He's really, really funny. Like, like this is I can definitely tell you this is his best role as Eggman in the entire Sonic film series. Like, this is his best role as Eggman, and I think he did a hilarious. I think he's done a hilarious improvement where he's funny, like he's the king of comedy. Yes, he's fun. Yes, he's more funny than Adam Sandler. Yeah, I still think about Jim Carrey films every day. And overall, I think that this movie deserves a 1 trillion out of 10. Yep, that's how I rate Sonic Movie 3. 1 trillion out of 10. But hey, that's just a review. An original dude film review. Oh wait, I forgot to talk about the post-credit scene. The best part of the freaking video. The post-credit scene. Who is it? Is it Rouge? Is it Silver? Is it Amy? Is it Metal? Is it is it Infinite? Is it Cream? Who the hell is it? Now, a lot of people wanted to see Silver as a post-credit scene for the film. And I don't know about that. Throughout the Sonic movie series, there's been a lack of female characters. Wink, wink. And we really haven't gotten to, and we've barely gotten to see any female characters besides those human characters. Maria. I know we got Maria in the film. She's from the Sonic universe, but like, characters who are like more popular, and characters who are like who is more popular and more well known. Wink, wink. And it's Amy Rose and Metal Sonic. That's right. Metal Sonic is going to be the next villain of Sonic Movie 4. We had to wait freaking 4 movies to get Metal Sonic and Amy Rose. It made sense. The first film, we only got Sonic. The second film, we got Tails and Knuckles. So we must have thought, so then the third movie is going to be based on Sonic CD, right? Well, no. No. Not exactly. They did say the films are not going to go in order by the games. All they said was all they said was they're going to be adapting a lot of Sonic games. Like, they never specifically said that they were going to be in order. They said they're not going to go in order. They're going to go in out of order. So instead of it being based on Sonic CD, it was based on Sonic Adventure 2, the best Sonic game of all time. And you know what? I'm alright with it. I actually am alright with it. I think that there was a way you could have added in, like, Amy or Rouge. I think there was a way you could have added them to the plot. But hey, I'm alright with it. I'm so happy with what we've got. Amy doesn't do much in Sonic Adventure 2. Rouge does do something. Rouge has a meeting to Sonic Adventure 2, but yet they did not put her in the film. Well, it's probably because of her sexual look. Well, because of Rouge's sexual look, I think that's not really age approval to kids, and that's probably why they didn't add her in the film. I mean, they could have made her look age appropriate towards kids, but hey, I'm alright with it. Post credit scene is Sonic facing Metal Sonic until all of a sudden there's an army of Metal Sonics, which I'm kind of confused by, until all of a sudden something pink swoops by and destroys the whole army of Metal Sonics. As she leaps in the sky, right in front of the moon, she takes down the last one. Sonic asks, "Who are you?" She takes off her hoodie, revealing it's Amy Rose. Finally, freaking finally, a female character in the Sonic movie universe. I mean, there's no way you're gonna have a Sonic 4 and not include Amy. Like, that just doesn't make any sense. I really did think she was gonna be in Sonic movie 3. I mean, a lot of the crew members were teasing to her being in the film, but yet she didn't appear. I think that doesn't make any sense. You're gonna tease a character that's gonna be in the film, but yet you just decide not to include them. That doesn't make any sense at all. Like, no sense at all. But hey, that's just a review. An original dude film review. Thanks for watching.